But it is time. It is finally time that we talk about this. Talk about this patch. YouTube Danny more educated, you know the vibes. But no, it is time to talk about this amazing, beautiful announcement that Bandai put out. What's up? They say balance adjustment patch, Rollback Netcode beta test, and Dragon Ball FighterZ World Tour update. Let's just read. Hello fighters, today we would like to announce that the balance adjustment patch will be announced in March. Patch version 1.32 will be released May 23rd. So tomorrow. What time is this? UTC? Either that could be tonight, tomorrow. The adjustment will be made based on the playability of the game after the overall balance adjustment made last June, as well as the voices we have been hearing from the community. Y'all better vote up on those Facebook polls, those Twitter polls, those Facebook polls, those MySpace polls, those community posts they put on YouTube. Y'all better let your voices be heard. We hope that you will take this opportunity to experience both the characters you are familiar with and those you have not used as much in the past. That's saying that the low tier characters that people have noticed, they're gonna get buffed. We would also like to mention that we are planning a second round of balance adjustments based on the results of this round. Details will be announced in the near future, so we hope players will look forward to further information. Now, the best part that you guys all love, especially you, Drag. In regards to the Rollback Netcode implementation, we made an announcement earlier this year that a beta test will be carried out on Steam around spring. However, to further improve and stabilize the experience of the feature, we have decided to postpone the timing of the test. We apologize for the delay, but the team here is committed to delivering the feature in its best shape, so we hope that the players would wait a little longer for further updates regarding timings of the beta test. Finally, we would like to officially announce that the 2023-2024 World Tour will be beginning from this year's EVO. As in the previous season, we are planning to hold a tournament format that will support community organized tournaments. Details will be announced soon, so please join us in an exciting competition. Okay. The entire Dragon Ball Z team is committed to making the game more enjoyable for everyone. Thank you again for your continued support, Bandai Namco, right? The Dragon Ball Z Fighters team. Okay? Alright. So, the first thing that needs to be mentioned, let me lower the game sound a little bit. The first thing that needs to be mentioned here, the very first thing that needs to be mentioned is the fact that this is a two-part patch. This is a two-part patch. Notice that they didn't give any filler date for the rollback. They just said, y'all gonna get it when y'all get it. No, I'm gonna get into it. So, the very first thing that I noticed when I read this earlier was that it's going to be a two-part patch, which means that they're going to continue supporting the game, quote unquote. Depending on how it goes, they're going to continue updating the game. That's just what it is. So on the bright side, on the pros, you could put down they're going to continue supporting the game. What's going on, Black? We're going over the patch notes. So they're gonna continue supporting the game, which is good, right? Like that's a positive thing that they're supporting the game. Now, we've all been waiting for rollback at the same time. Like we've all been waiting for rollback for years at this point, for literal years. Okay? And for them to say that they're gonna work on it, what was that? When was it? Was it early March when they told us? No, it was EVO. They told us it was during EVO. It was last year that they told us about it. Yeah, July last year. Yeah. And then they gave us an update saying that it's gonna come out mid-spring. It's May 22nd. And then they're also mentioning that they're gonna delay it. Now, to be fair, we would all be tight if they implement rollback and it's garbage. We would all be very, very angry. It was like, yo, what is this? Like, you guys been working on it for mad long and it's not even good. But mind you, all this is still a beta. We're literally getting details for a beta without a release date. Now, for those who know, like we're recording in real time, Street Fighter 6 second beta ended yesterday. Now, look, I'm just putting my 2 cents out there. But I firmly believe They noted the success that Street Fighter 6 was having. They know that Street Fighter 6 releases in 10 days? They know Street Fighter releases June 2nd, and they're just like, yo, we have to make a decision. We have to make a decision because at this point, if we don't do something, it's over. So I think the fact that they're doing 2 patches, quote unquote 2 patches, is because they want to see how the community will react. If we'll support it, if the patch is good, we continue playing the game, it'll show the numbers, Rollback will be worth. If we receive the patch and it's dog water and we don't like it and they'll put down on the fusion meta, whatever, they're going to just be like, you know what? They're going to pull a blizzard on us and hit us with the... So after working on Rollback for such a long time, we decided that it's no longer in our best interest to put Rollback into our game. It is no longer the optimal thing to do. It is just not worth yada yada yada. If they go down that path, this game is actually done. Which is unfortunate because this game has actually had great success. This game had the potential, or still has. I'm not gonna say had. Still has the potential to be the best fighting game out. Like this game has its flaws for sure, but it definitely has the opportunity to peak, to surpass every other game. It definitely has the chance to do so. If they say that, Danny, are you gonna still be playing? I'm unsubbing. Now, if they hit us with the Blizzard approach, I'm not playing. I actually because it just shows you that they don't care about the community. They just raw don't care. It's a super slap to the face. To know that we've been supporting the game for so long, constantly just showing love, showing how we want to, help the game, running community tournaments, the things that people like Bum doing, Damascus, Tyrant, everybody who's been hosting events, all those people that be like putting in their effort into the game to make it be like, yo, like look everything that we're doing to continue supporting the game. And it's like they want us to not play the game. You know what I mean? Yo, Betsy, thank you for the sub, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome. Everybody coming into the stream right now. Welcome. I appreciate you guys being here, but it is time we actually address this because this is not okay. This is not okay. And I truly believe that if Street Fighter wasn't as successful, they wouldn't have put out a 2-part patch because they never mentioned 2 patches. They just mentioned a singular patch. So we're gonna see the patch comes out tonight, and I think they're gonna also, they're gonna gauge the community because they even mentioned in the post. The 2-part patch is very scary. To me, it's scary because realistically, at this point in the game's life, what is it, year 5? At this point in the game's life, are there more casuals than there are competitive players? I want to say still yes. There's still more casual players. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think there's still more casual players right now? I think so. Like if you check the Steam, let's go to the Steam charts, right? Let's go to Steam charts. Let's go to Dragon Ball. Let's see. We have a 1224-hour peak, 1,000 people playing. This is only on PC. Obviously, there's way more on PlayStation, Xbox, whatever. There's way more players. But we have to let our voices be heard. I would say with this, we have to let our voices be heard. Because all jokes aside, even though we meme all the time, I truly believe if they start putting out like YouTube community posts, Twitter polls, Facebook polls, whatever, MySpace, whatever app, whatever social media, Instagram, whatever social media platform that they're using, we have to let them know that as the competitive players, this is what we would actually like to see. Even though the game is catered to, obviously they make more money when it catered to its casuals, but this game wouldn't be as relevant if it wasn't for the competitive players, I want to say. Like the casual would play the game, but the relevancy I don't think would be as popular if it wasn't for the competitive players that still continue competing, for the people who put in tournaments. I don't think the game would still be as popular, if you will. They always be more casuals. They're doing Facebook polls. I don't know if they're truly doing Facebook polls. I don't know. I'm just saying in a scenario in which, or whenever they do decide to do whatever feedback, whether it's like a forum post or a Reddit post, a Discord server, whatever. Yeah, we have to actually let our voices be heard. Like, even, I'll throw myself, I know I've only been here for less than a year, but even the content creators know, like, I agree with you. Like, even the content creators would have to, like, put their voice, the clouds, right? The bombs, every single person who's, like, you know, a content creator, the Lotus, every single one of them, the Damascus, Tyrant, anybody who I'm missing, we all have to let our voices be known. Like, I believe Tyrant and Damascus said they're gonna open up like a post or something with their own feedbacks from the community, you know, things like that. You have to take annotations and actually see, because we might be approaching the final the official final version of the game. So I don't know. Is the two patch thing is scary, because again, is one of those things where it's like the first patch is gonna let us know what they think about the game, how they view the game, all those meme tier lists we've been making, all of that would actually take into, like, they're gonna take it into account. So all those times we say, oh, Lacko needs nerf, Lacko needs nerfs, she might easily go from top 5, top 2, top 3, wherever you want to put her, to bottom 5. And they only done it a few times where they revert changes, but maybe that second patch will be like, damn, we nerfed her too much, or we nerfed the fusions too much, let's adjust a little bit. And that second patch is going to be scary. What's up, Tyson? I think, not this first patch, because we have Delaney, they tell us they're going to give us a second one, but that second patch is going to be very, very scary. It's going to be very, very scary, because it's going to tell us a lot. It's going to tell us we already know how they feel about the community. They let it be known. Hopefully they don't pull a blizzard on us and actually just hit us with the, we're not developing this, and we're not developing rollback anymore due to whatever, you know, circumstances. Hopefully we don't get that approach, but we'll see. So how crazy would this patch be, or will it be just nerfs top tiers? Well, they say up here, which is a good thing. I actually like the fact that they mentioned this. Where is it? Let me find it. They say, we hope that you take this opportunity to experience both the characters you are familiar with. We hope that you take this opportunity to experience both the characters you are familiar with and those you have not used much in the past. So the lower tier characters, who's the worst characters in the game? SSJ Vegeta, probably, right? I think a lot of people agree that SSJ Vegeta is one of the worst characters in the game. Trunks, right? They're gonna buff these characters, like the SSJ Vegeta, the Trunks, all those bottom tier characters. They're gonna buff them. Not Krillin. Don't listen to Dragon. Not Krillin. Definitely not Krillin. But the Trunks, the SSJ Vegeta, and whoever else is like low tier that don't really get that much play time, those characters are definitely gonna get buffed. Like, they're gonna fix those Gotenks bugs that he has, the auto combo, the assist, all that stuff. They're gonna fix that. I'm kind of worried that the first one might not be as big, and they might want to save everything for the second. I hope they do equal out for both. Well, that's where our voices come in, right? We have to hold community polls, all those troll tier lists that we've been making, stuff like that. It's real. Like, these are things that you have to take into account. And actually, now that that's being mentioned, let me open up Discord real quick. Let's open up Discord. Somebody had posted this. Let me see. Let me scroll up. Somebody posted it. Okay, it was Naps, right? We should actually tap into one of these. We should legitimately tap into one of these. Can I copy the link? Right? You leaving with no play, big nerfs, slight nerfs, a left alone quality of life. Let me see. Can you guys see the last one here? Move my camera. They eating good big buffs, right? I think we should actually create one of these tier lists. For what it's worth, even though the patch is probably already made up, last minute decisions, we'll see. Remove limit break. I think limit break is fine. I do think that limit break is currently okay. If they do take the risk that everyone moves on to Street Fighter 6 once it drops, Dragon Ball, they have to make a decision, because it's a big thing, right? We have Street Fighter 6 coming out June 2nd, so what's that, like 10 days away? Mortal Kombat just announced a new game that's coming out September 19th, right? Didn't Strive just get a new character today? Like Asuka or something like that? I remember seeing it. I'm pretty sure Strive just got a new DLC character. Asuka, yeah, Asuka. The 25th? They get the character 25th? Okay. So it's like, all these other games, they're announcing that they're getting updates. Meanwhile, the Dragon Ball community is kind of like shafted to the side a bit. How do you feel when you take your tier list troll? Are you responsible for the... No, I don't think I'm responsible. I wouldn't say I'm responsible for the troll tier list. I mean, generally, that's how when I make those tier lists, I may be joking at times where I'm doing it, but for the most part, I'm pretty serious on how I feel about certain characters. Like when I said, I know slight feed outlash. Yo, Swagger. Bruce, hold on.
LegendaryyPred is your combo breaker 2022 Dragon Ball Fighters champion.
Yo, Swagger, thank you for the raid, Brody. I appreciate it. Thank you. Everybody coming in from Swagger's stream, welcome. We're just talking about the current patch, the updates, and stuff like that. Right? There's a lot coming that shouldn't be stuck in this. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are happening with the game. But like I was saying, one of the things I mentioned was like a slight nerf to S Broly. The very slight nerf that I was mentioning about S Broly, just a little bit of damage, maybe 2% damage. Everything else he can pretty much stay the same. Yes, all he has is damage, but it's just little things. But he could probably just be left alone. Truthfully, he could probably just be left alone. I think that character is one buff away from being OD. So he could truthfully just be left alone. Or maybe quality of life changes. Like a Gold Tanks, for example. Dbfz players need to look to the future and keep the game on the side. I mean, yeah, but it's kind of like that, the whole thing with like, I don't know. You could tell that to like the same people who play MVC3 still, right? They could just put that game to the side and look towards the future. Or they could just continue playing the game that they enjoy on a day-to-day basis. It's, you know, if you enjoy the game, play the game. There's nothing wrong with playing the game that you enjoy. There's nothing wrong there. All the other games are announcing new releases and updated, and Banner announcing a soon-to-be end patches and updates. Not the best look. It's not the best look. I agree. I 100% agree. It's not the best look. It looks terrible, to be honest. Yeah, but almost every Marvel player that's goated plays another game, which is fine. Like, you can still play Dragon Ball and then play Street Fighter 6 on the side, right? Like, there's games that you can still play on the side, but Dragon Ball can also be your main focus. Like, for example, I think Nitro tweeted out yesterday, the day before, he's like, Street Fighter 6 looks amazing, but it's not his cup of tea, which is fine. He can play it on the side and main Dragon Ball if he truly wants to, or main Strive, whatever avenue, whatever game he wants to still play. He can still do things like that. Like Duke Kevin is looking like the GOAT Luke player in 6. You know, he can still Nitro's a strike player, so he's set. I mean, it goes towards any goated player in this game, right? The Yashas, the Wawa, the Wades, the Americans, the Hooks, the Preds, the Nitros, all of them. All the top players, the Hikaris, all the top players in NA and France and Japan, around the world. They can still play other games and still be nasty at this game. But one of the main reasons a lot of people dropped this game was because of the netcode. I do think that the netcode is a big reason why people quit the game more than the metas. I truly believe more people dropped the game, like when Bardock was Bardock, when Z-Broly. More people dropped the game, not because of the characters. The game is too hard. It's because it's I can't play my friend who lives down the block. It's too laggy. So this would reintroduce that feel whenever rollback happens. I don't know at this point, but it would have reintroduced that feel, because I don't think as competitors we strive away from competition. I mean, sure, there's few people who are like, oh no, this game is too hard, I'm gonna quit. That definitely does happen, right? But you know, those people, they don't. If them losing, if they can take a loss and try to get better, they don't deserve to be here. Like, if you're not trying to improve, you just lose and you just get upset and you want to cry about it, then fighting games are probably not for you. Try a different game. Street Fighter is hard. Yeah, Street Fighter is a difficult game, but it's not impossible to learn. And it's not the only fighting game that there is. We have Mortal Kombat, we got Strive, we got Marvel, there's so many other games. You got Killer Instinct. Even if the games are still obsolete, you still got Blaze Blue. Like, there's still games that are not as popular. You got Idol Showdown, right? Like, there's other games there's other fighting games that you can play. It's not just this one game. One of the things that this may be like a slight rant, but I believe it was the Kill Sage who said it before. He was like, "You want a game to play like another game? Just go play that game. You want this game to play more like Skullgirls? Just go play Skullgirls. You want this game to play more like this game? Go play that game. Just go support that game." I'm 100% on that. I agree with that 100%. 100% I agree with that. Like, if this game is too much for you, Dragon Ball's too hard, and you want Dragon Ball to play like another game, so just go play the other game. You don't have to play. It's not forced upon you. You don't have to play it. DBZ too hard. So for some people it is though. That's the thing. It's all relative to the person. Some people find this game hard. The same way a lot of people say that Street Fighter is hard. There's other players that look at you when you say Street Fighter is hard, and they will laugh at you. The same way you're laughing at people when they say that Dragon Ball is hard. It'll always happen. When are you gonna support DNF though? I never really enjoyed DNF. You can watch the small interview that I had with Acoustics on Reversal's channel, where he's asking me, DNF sleep or woke? And I said that game's gonna be sleep, but the money woke. That's literally what I said. Like, I don't think that game was gonna be, much. DBZ kind of easy. It's easy, but some people find it hard. It's easy. It's hard. It's intermediate. It holds your hand. Yeah, there's a lot of things that it does. There's a lot of things that Dragon Ball does good. There's a lot of things that it does bad, which is fine. It's fine. There's a lot of things that Street Fighter does good, and there's a lot of things that Street Fighter does bad. You take the good with the bad. If the game is worth it, you continue playing it. If the game is not worth it, then you stop playing the game. Right? But a lot of people want to play Street Fighter 6 because of that Capcom money, that $1 million that you can potentially make, right? It changes. That's why, like, a lot of times, like during the podcast, like Akari's mentioned, it really depends on your mentality. It really, really does depend on your mentality. I agree, mentally it hurts playing Dbfz. That netcode is pretty tough, not gonna lie. My friend who mains MKX and 11 said DBZ terrifying for him. Yeah, it's not for everyone. People who come from Mortal Kombat to play Dragon Ball, they're not used to like the super dashing, the vanishing, the empty vanish, the sparking mechanic, the health regen. Is a lot. For some people, it's a lot. It truthfully is a lot. That's why it's just when you go from one game to another, it's a transition period. There's a transitional period where you're just like, oh, okay. And that's just how it goes. What's up, everybody? What's up, Toby? I see you guys. What's up, Hernandez? What's up? People were trying to clown Cloud for saying Street Fighter is hard. Yo, the people that were clowning Cloud for saying that Street Fighter, they didn't understand what he truly meant. And they're just, oh, you're just a Dragon Ball player. And it's just like, I also never liked that whole thing of you're just a Dragon Ball player. That to me has been like one of the most corniest things, because there's been numerous of players who are Dragon Ball players who perform good in other fighting games. Like, I never agree with that take. That's just I don't agree with that take. The long combos in DBZ make it so much easier to block to do comp. Yeah. No, I agree. Dragon Snake. That's a BS take. That's a mad corny roast. Even not for nothing, right? You see, I know Drag and I, we go back and forth. We always trolling, making fun of each other. But even then, like Drag, he goes, what was it, Seal Tako, and you get fifth in a different fighting game where people are saying Dragon Ball players can amount to other games, and you're getting fifth at King of Fighters. It's like, just because you play this one game doesn't mean you can't play a different fighting game. I've never agreed with that. Would it be harder? Maybe. But I think anytime you transition from one game to another, there's a learning curve. You branding me as a DBZ player? Yes, congrats. Why they bro just like, but it's true. Kite, do you truly believe that you, just because you're a Dragon Ball player, you can't transition to another game and be great? DBZ ain't your first fighting game? It sure hell looks like it. I feel like even fighting games in the language is damn near the same. Depending on the player, it's just getting used to it. But everything is similar. It's like learning a new language or a new instrument. Yeah, like if you play the guitar, right? I used to play guitar, right? And I would understand how to play guitar. Eventually, I got to the point where when you play a song, I can hear the guitar. I can hear it, and I could just play it off of my ear. I can just play the song, right? And the more I play guitar, the more I'm able to understand, like, oh, that's a piano in there. That's a this. I'm able to, I can. So now when I play the piano, it's like, oh, it's not that. There's a learning curve, but I understand it. Like, I get it. Like, it makes sense. Same thing. You're going from Dragon Ball to Street Fighter. Like, there's a learning curve, but you get it. Like, oh, okay, I see. You're going from Street Fighter to Strive, from Strive to whatever game, whatever Skullgirls to Strive to whatever. Like there's things that you could take from that previous game that you can perhaps apply to the following game. But DBZ teaches you a skewed perspective of fighting games. Do you agree that even other fighting games teach you a skewed perspective of other, like? I don't think that's a only Dragon Ball specific thing. I do believe that whatever game you want to insert can still teach you very specific, like that conversation, that argument can be applied to any game. I feel Street Fighter and KOF are the best games to learn fighting games. But that's, again, I can agree with you, Drac, but at the same time, you have to remember that whatever game you pick up for the first time is probably the easiest game for you to play. That first character you pick up, you could pick up the hardest character in the game. People say, yo, that's the hardest character in the game. But if that's the first character you pick up and you start learning, that's probably the easiest character in the game for you. So it just changes. It just changes with what you pick, what you decide, what you land on. That first character you land on, the first fighting game you land on. It just constantly changes. I generally think DBZ made me better at other fighting games. I didn't play another fighting game before Dragon Ball. I didn't. Am I good at other fighting games? No, I'm not. I don't try other fighting games. I don't really play other fighting games. I never call my attention. I'll dabble. I'll mess around. When Strive came out, 3-4 years ago, I played it. Oh, I didn't like it. I moved on. I tried it. I played Idol Showdown. Am I great at Idol Showdown? No, but I can play the game. I played the game for a week. I liked that. I enjoyed it. There's different games that you can just try. But it doesn't mean automatically, maybe I'm just a bad player, period. Maybe I'm just bad. But just because I'm bad doesn't mean that person A is going to be the same way. Maybe this person A, maybe they're terrible at Dragon Ball. They couldn't understand the game. But the moment they switched to this game, it just, for some reason, it clicked. It clicked. This game just clicked for them. And it made sense. And now they're able to play it at a high level. That does happen. Some games bring out different skill set in people. And that's fine. Different fighting games bring out different skill sets. Different instruments bring out different, it teaches you other things. And that game, you remember, if you want this game to play like this other game, like the Killsay said, if you want Dragon Ball to play like whatever game, go play that game, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. KF really makes you really good at anti-airing. KF made my new shit in all games better. Want to learn fighting games? Play dive kick like a man. When it comes to neutral, like, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that, oh, Dragon Ball is, you can just super dash your way out, because at the high level, the super dash, it works when it works. Good play super dash works. But if you do a bad super dash, you will get punished by top level players. You'll get punished every time. And anti-airing in Street Fighter is brain dead now for the most part. DBZ gave me the ability to look at the screen, because you really do have to be maximum aware. Yeah, the awareness, I would say you have to have a lot of awareness in Dragon Ball. I agree. I would say you have to have a lot of awareness. You have to constantly monitor a lot of things. I agree with that. And the Kill Sage is a go. No, that's why I love people like the Kill Sage, because I tend to agree with a lot of his points, because they're valid. He knows how to explain himself. But not all in all, if you really want, for this game, for this patch coming up later tonight, tomorrow, whenever it releases, I do hope that it shows us what they're thinking. I really do hope it shows exactly what they're thinking. Because this patch will show us, because you know how in previous time they kept doubling down on the full screen buttons. Right now, we truly don't know if they're gonna, you know what? As Broly's 5M needs to go full screen. You know what? I think Cell's 5M needs to go full screen. Are they gonna triple down, quadruple down on the full screen buttons? Or they're gonna be like, you know what? Let's tone it back down to like season 2, where this button didn't go 3/4 of the screen. We'll see. We're literally see. Is it coming out tonight at 12 a.m. or tomorrow night? It'll probably come out around 10 p.m. If not, it should be out by tomorrow morning. But they'll probably go back and revert a lot of things, but not that many times. How many times did they revert things that they've done in this game? I don't think they've done it that much, truthfully. Like the amount of times they went back on things that they've done, I don't think it's been too many times. Not that many characters ended up going. They were like, you know what, we overtuned this character. Not that many times have they done that. Not to my recollection, at least. Not that I remember. I could be wrong. The patch is gonna be boo-boo. They didn't release notes for a reason. I mean, we also get stuff like, you know, like Kids Boo level 3 all of a sudden doesn't happy birthday. You know, sometimes things are not in the patch notes. We're gonna have to discover that. There's a lot of things when it comes to getting the patch. There's a lot of things that are not mentioned in the patch notes. So you're literally just gonna find out and see. Now, as far as rollback goes, when we're getting it, 2024. Who knows? At this point, who knows? New balance patch tomorrow. Yeah, if it comes out tonight, I'll reboot the stream. I'll reboot the stream and go over the notes. If it comes out tomorrow, I'll just stream in the morning, and we'll go from there. But the patch should be coming out tonight. It should be coming out tonight. We'll see. But not yet. Overall, just make sure like whatever post that they make, whatever forum, whatever Reddit post, Discord server, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever social media they decide to use. What link is that? Here, I got you. Whatever post they decide to do, make sure you guys put in your feedback. Put in your feedback. And this is also crazy. Now that I see Lee here, they're talking about the combo breaker. I'm glad that combo breaker is not playing that on the patch. Because 3 days before the patch is insane. 3 days before the patch is absurd. But they're not going to play the game on the patch. They're not going to do that, which is I think is a good thing. Because that would just be straight chaos. Because we don't even know what we're getting. And combo breaker is literally this weekend. So, we'll go from there. People that like DBZ are going to play DBZ no matter what. But for people that like the things outside of DBZ, are we competing? And are competing, there's better alternatives. Yeah, there's better alternatives. You play what you like. At the end of the day, Kite, I truly believe you should just play what you want. Play whatever game you want. If you like Skullgirls, you like Melty Blood, you like Strive, you like whatever, play what you want. Play whatever fighting game that you want. There's a fighting game for everyone. You know, if you're into fighting games, there's a fighting game that you can play. You just go ahead and play whatever you want. Support the game. Do what you can, support the game. And you go from there. What's up, everybody? I appreciate everybody being here, by the way. Everybody who's been in the stream, I appreciate you guys being here. If you guys not really following the stream, if you guys can drop a follow on the stream, I really appreciate it. Shout out to all the bubble viewers. You guys really pull up for the stream, for the rant. I want to say. Who's playing Nick Star? That game flopped big time. Nick All-Star, bro, that game flopped. You know, there's a lot of games that. What was the name of the other game that came out? That came in when that was in beta? Multiverses. It's just it is. It is what it is. Yeah, I know. It's just. I hope we get the best. I hope we get the best of both worlds, and this patch is not just. I mean, we could just go over like some of what the community thinks. People are still complaining about how Rollback takes so long. May I remind you? Sam Show is another one. There's things to take into consideration. Trunks Bros, there's still hope. Like overall, like we can go over the community. We can see what they think. I paid $50 for the Nick Brawl. You got finessed. That's really what happened. You got finessed. You literally just got finessed. I'm bummed about the Rollback postponement. Yeah, see, people are happy that we're getting a patch, but we're really upset. We're disappointed that Rollback is getting postponed. It's the fact that we kept getting, what's it called? First they tell us, oh, we're getting Rollback. Then we think we're going to get an update about it. They put out a video and they explain what Rollback is. Like, we don't already know what it is. And then the next time we see them, they're like, oh yeah, we're working on it. When we're getting it? But we're working on it. Okay, cool. We fast forward. Oh, we're going to release Rollback in mid-spring. Okay, cool. It's been, what, 8 months? 9 months? 9 months later, like, that Rollback? So about that, we got you guys Not in spring, because we won't have it in time. But maybe fall? Christmas? We'll see. Winter time? We'll see. We'll get it. You'll get it when we get it. So they constantly they're just baiting us. They're just constantly baiting us. And we're just taking the bait because we like the game so much that we want to continue playing. So that's really what it is. But they have to make a decision, because if they don't, we got Mortal Kombat, we got Street Fighter 6, we got all these other games, we got Strive up and coming, we got EVA around the corner. There's so much on the plate right now that this is a big decision. This is actual big decision. Bennett really said it'll drop when it drop. Yes, winter 2024. Yeah. Right, he says, I've been saying that I'll take the balance patch first if Rollback wasn't ready, and here we are. Another balance patch though. Maybe things are looking up for the meta. The delay sucks, but some things are better than nothing. That pretty much sums up how I feel. Them fighting hurts. So, we'll see. We'll see. But I think we should do this for the one time. Let's boot this up. Let's boot this up real quick. Let's boot this up. Let me see. Let's do it. Let's do this as a community real quick. We got big nurse, slight nurse, let's do left alone, quality of life changes, actually let's do it like this. Big nerf, slight nurse, yeah, big nurse, life nurse, left alone, quality of life changes, and slight buffs, and let's add another column, another row, excuse me. Can you guys stop spamming? Alright. You guys about to make me turn it off. Alright. But nah, yeah. Overall, we'll see. We'll see. Let's just change the colors for these. Okay. In my opinion, O2 is better. You should get opinions. I mean, they keep the lights on.
Bro, so I'm giving Kaz the sloppiest top.
They keep the lights
of all
on.
Time.
So it is what it is. Is big nerfs destroy a character or hitting a character to the point where you feel the nerf? To the point where they feel the nerfs, where you realize that, this character should be. You'll notice, and like you basically, damn, this character got nerfed. Well, we'll go through it. We'll go through it. But all right. Let me end this video here so I can post this onto the YouTube. But let me know what you guys think on the YouTube. We're gonna go over this. Big nerfs, slight nerfs, left alone, quality life changes, slight buffs, and slight buffs and big buffs. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and let's get down to this.